So I would just like to read to you what I wrote to them. In regards to Michael Jonas's February 5th column about Holyoke Public Schools, I'd like to point this out to the author and to Commissioner of Elementary and Secondary Education, Mitchell Chester. Holyoke is not asking to be recused by the state. In fact, for as long as the state has been involved in the Holyoke Public Schools, all I can see is a track record of money being diverted to private interests and away from student services. In Lawrence, former Mayor William Lantigua asked the DESE to take over the public schools. But in Holyoke, the City Council opposes the state placing the public schools into receivership. The school committee opposes the move. The superintendent opposes the move. The teachers oppose the move. And hundreds of parents and other community residents are organizing against the move. This opposition is based on good reason and sound policy. The Department of Elementary and Secondary Education has a history of bringing in private partners who have a poor understanding of Holyoke and consequently design ineffective education plans for our students. We saw it with America's Choice's involvement in the district, and we are seeing it with Project Grad, which is working in 2 of our schools. The DESE itself has reported on the shortcomings of its private partners. There absolutely is room for gains in student achievement, but the obstacles our students face are created by economic injustice and not from poor teaching or lack of community concern. We have not seen the DESE or any other state agency stepping up to allocate the resources necessary for Holyoke schools to provide the education our students need and deserve. According to the state's own figures, school spending in Holyoke is barely hitting minimum requirements while the academic, social, and emotional needs of our students are comparatively high. That is why we need an investment in resources from the state. We do not need local authority and control stripped away from the community and a new layer of bureaucracy imposed upon it. I hope that between Commissioner Chester's review of our district and the work underway in the legislature to analyze the shortcomings of current formulas used to determine state aid for public education provided directly to communities, the students of Holyoke will finally receive the breadth and depth of learning services that they need. I can assure you that those services are not to be found in a regimen of standardized tests administered by a corporation that needs a GPS to find its way to our city. Our students, parents, and educators do not need the state telling us what to do in the classroom. Directly investing in the schools will be an immediate benefit for our students and help strengthen Holyoke as a community. That's the piece I wrote to the editor, and like I said, the reason I wrote that is because I feel really strongly that this is not a done deal. I think that as a democracy, if we don't assert our rights, if we don't declare that we do have the right to fight back, then we have lost. So I want to assert my right. I want to assert my right as a U.S. citizen, as a resident of Holyoke, and as a teacher, that I have the right to fight back against something I think unjust.